What's going on, guys? Wizard Hero just dropped in the game, and in today's video I wanted to showcase to you guys the best Hero Wizard Expo deck in the game right now. This is a deck that's been not really used too much, but I do think it has some potential if the Evil Wizard does get a slight buff, because I think the Hero Wizard, honestly, my honest opinion on the Hero Wizard, it is not the greatest hero. You know, there's a lot better heroes than Wizard, and I just don't think the Wizard itself, is just not a good card. And adding a hero with this kind of tornado ability, in my opinion, was not the right move. Like, it's one elixir, sure, but it almost gives no value, and maybe like a buff to this card could be like the range, or like the tornado range that it does. It definitely has potential to be one of the most broken cards ever, especially on defense against like beatdown decks. But in general, I would say like this deck is, this card is just not the greatest. But hopefully we can make this deck work, guys. But yeah, if you guys do like the video, make sure to give it a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe. Stay until the end. I think it's going to be a pretty nice video. But yeah, we're playing Trophy Road here, trying to get to 12,000 trophies, because I still haven't gotten there yet. So I will be doing that in like the course of probably like a week, maybe 2 weeks. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But we are playing against this kind of off-meta deck. We're not the highest. We're not at 12k yet, so we're going to be facing kind of mid-ladder Menace decks here. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of matchups we can face and what kind of decks we can get, because these decks kind of look crazy, I'm not going to lie. But like, as I said, the ability is kind of useless. If you're facing a deck that's not like an air deck, I feel like the ability is almost useless. So it would be like using 2 elixir for no reason. So honestly, I don't know. It's going to be kind of interesting here, but this guy's going to go with a balloon plus Skelly Barrel. We can just fireball with that. And look at that fireball value. That Expo is going to lock onto the tower. Excuse me. And probably take most of it. Yeah. Okay, now we're like two logs away, or 2 logs and a fireball away from taking the tower. So we'll have to be careful, but we have to be careful for the Evolution Skarmy. That card is not something to mess with. So here is where I will go with my ability just to kill the general, and it's also going to go back and splash onto the skeletons. So perfect representation of how the ability can be good, but in my opinion, it's just not the greatest. So here, I think we just take the tower. Yeah, okay, we're going to take the tower there. Let's see if the opponent still wants to try or what. Okay, he's still going to try. That's fine. We can just Knight here to activate King Tower and then Tornado this away, just so all 3 towers can target it. And yeah, that's going to be a good one right there. Yeah, the ability unfortunately doesn't seem to be the best, but yeah, that will be GG's, guys. All right, y'all, into our second match with this awesome deck against this guy, whatever his name is, Tepret. Okay, interesting name. Let's go Wizard the back here for the Witch. This is like one of the instances where I think Wizard's going to be really good. If you're like a mid-ladder player and you're struggling against all like the Evil Witch and the Wizard like Mega Knight decks, then I would say this is probably a good deck for you. It does deal well with like all the Minion Horde, all the Witches, just all like the annoying Swarm cards. So I do think the deck has potential, but the card itself, the Hero Wizard, just isn't the greatest. So I'm going to pop my ability here. That somehow dashed through our ability. That is weird. That's kind of weird, but I'm going to log here. I'm going to have my Tornado hovered for a Skarmy if he has one. Okay, he does. Perfect. That's going to get even more damage now. But that was kind of a weird interaction. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of, that I didn't know that was possible. Like, the ability went off, and the Boss Bandit dashed into it while it was in the air. So I hope they fix that bug. I could be tripping, but that was a little bit strange to see. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my Knight the back here. Hero Knight. If you guys don't have the Hero Knight, I would suggest to just use either the Evo or just a regular Knight. It doesn't. I don't think it matters too much to have the Hero Knight here, but it's obviously good to have because it's just a second hero slot, you know. And unfortunately, they added that to Clash Royale. So I think like if you don't have it, it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but it's better to have it if you do have the Hero Knight, like I do. So here, I think I'm going to go with my ability like this, so that Megan doesn't dash. Look at that. Look at that ability, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Killed everything. And now we can just go with our Knight here to protect the Wizard. Perfect. And now we have a counter pushing Wizard, so we can, and Knight, so we can go with our Expo like this. I think he's probably going to lose his tower here, pretty much, if not the entire thing. Yeah, he has no elixir. Those arrows were literally at 0. He's going to end front tower on 0, guys, but yeah, that's not going to cut it. The game is effectively over. There's just 50 seconds left. Let's see if he gives up here or what he's going to do. Yeah, he's not playing a card, guys, so yeah, I will see you guys in the next match. Into our third match here. Pretty decent, solid win so far, guys. I'm kind of liking the deck. I think it's a fun early season deck to use, but it's not a deck that you can like use for end season ladder, if that makes sense. You know, if you're pushing ranked, if you're trying to get to Ultimate Champion, especially towards the end of the season, I don't think this is the greatest deck to use. I don't think it's bad, like, per se, but I don't think it's like the deck you want to use to get your best finish, if you know what I'm saying. But nonetheless, like, it's a decent deck, you know, especially for mid-ladder. Ooh, this guy goes for a Vines. I got to tornado that. But yeah, I would say it's a lot better for mid-ladder players than it is for, like, higher ranked, if you know what I mean. You know, if you're a player that likes to push to top 10K, I would suggest not using this deck, and I would continue to use 3.0 Expo because it's just obviously superior. It's just a classic deck, and I think it's just better overall. So I do think that this would be a really good deck for mid-ladder, if you guys know what I mean. So yeah, this guy unfortunately has an underleveled Musketeer. He kind of sucks. Gets fireballed away in one shot, which is the good thing. Which is also another bad thing about the Evo Hero Wizard, is that it can get one-shotted if you're, like, even if it's one level below your opponent's fireball and you're not maxed, it's one level below, so it kind of, like, almost, yeah, it's almost just a bad card because of that. But did you guys see that interaction there with the Ice Spirit? If you can time the Evo Ice Spirit with the Skeleton Bird like that, you can actually fully counter it. So that's a really good tip to know if you're using the Hero or the Evo Ice Spirit. Holy crap, I keep getting confused with the Hero and the Evo, but it seems like he has the same thing as me, which is nice. But yeah, that's going to be tower down. There's not really much you can do here. He's probably going to go E-Spirit on this. I went there just so I could pressure so he didn't E-Spirit my Expo. And yeah, so I'm going to leave it at 24 HP, guys. I think the game is effectively over. I'm going to go with my Night Wizard here and see if he gives up or not. No, he's not going to give up. Okay, Ice Spirit there because I knew he'd go with his Inferno Dragon. I'm going to go with my ability here so the Dagger Duck, or not the Dagger Duchess, the Empress doesn't kill my Wizard. And that's also going to get like 3 shots on the tower, which is a lot of damage, guys. Look at that damage. The amount of damage it does is kind of crazy. So, yeah. I think this guy gave up. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see what he's going to do. But, yeah, he gave up. All right, GG's. Into our next match, guys, against Giannis BGBC. Interesting name there. Okay, we don't have our log. Can we, like, get a good starting hand, please? We have 3 spells in our deck, and we don't have any of them in our starting cycle. That is kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. But, okay, this guy does not have the Hero Wizard, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice because, especially against Expo, I think it's going to be pretty decent against the Expo, the Hero Wizard, especially if they can just pop the ability. There's no way you can get to it with, like, a Knight. So that's why I think probably against Expo decks, it's not going to be that bad of a card because it will be able to counter it. So, like right here, guys, this is a perfect example of why the Hero Wizard would be good because he went with a Valkyrie there, and we just went with our ability, and it pretty much just killed the entire thing with its Tornado. But here, unfortunately, we're going to activate King Tower, but we do have to sacrifice 5 Elixir because we did waste our E-Spirit and Skeleton, so that kind of sucks. But I'm going to go with my Evo Ice Spirit and then Evo Skellies, make sure he doesn't have a Zap. And, of course, he's got a Zap, guys. So we're going to take a ton of damage here. Kind of unfortunate, but he's going to go with his guards there, right? Okay, so he pretty much played those guards at 3 Elixir. He's going to go with his Valkyrie late here, right, guys? My thought process is, once he does that, we're going to go with our Expo. Perfect. And as you guys can see there, he has no Elixir. He played that Valkyrie late, so it's safe to assume that he played that on 0. Pretty much. That's how Elixir counting works. And that's exactly how we're going to take pretty much his entire tower here with just that play. So that was a really good play by us. He overcommitted with his RG there, and he was able to just get punished. So we took a lot of damage, but we ended up doing even more damage with that because we had 2 Hero Knights there. So that is perfect, guys. But if you guys do want me to make a Elixir counting video and cycle counting video, do make sure to comment that down below. I will try to make one probably in the near future. But I kind of need to know how to format that because I'm not sure how to make one specifically. But let me know if you guys want to see that. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much tower down. He's just spamming Princess at the bridge for, like, whatever reason. We're going to go with our ability here. Take the tower, pretty much, and kill the guards without letting them touch my wizard. Perfect. And now we can just defend, guys. There's no need to attack. You know, we can just fireball the tower twice, and we do win the game. So there's no point of attacking with our Expo, because we'd just be giving him value with his RG. So not the smart play there. Smart play is to go play defense and just spell cycle him. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. He's not going to let our Ice Spirit connect, unfortunately. But, I mean, okay, I kind of broke the rule there. I'm going to go with my Expo here just to take the tower, because I think we can anyways. Let's tornado this away, see if we can... Wow, that tornado had no suction. What the heck? But I still think that's going to be tower down. I could be mistaken. All right, whatever, bro. He goes with his Inferno Tower. We can just fireball tornado this, and that should take the tower. All right, guys, perfect. GG's. All right, guys, into our next match against VRF. Let's see what he's playing. Okay, he's got a Princess. We can just fireball that, take that off the map. Unfortunately, we do not have a login cycle, or else I would have logged that instead of fireballing. But he's got a giant skeleton. So probably going to be another crazy mid-ladder menace deck. But, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying, because I don't usually play against these kind of decks in my videos. Usually I do make top ladder videos of me pushing high on ranked. But this is kind of a refresher, because I'm facing, like, actual homemade decks and not, like, the AIDS meta of top ladder. So hopefully we can end up winning against this guy. This guy has, like, a really weird deck that I've never seen before. If he goes with anything, I'm just going to fireball. Yeah, that's just a good fireball right there. We could have even tornadoed that, but I think it would have been riskier to do that. So we're going to fireball here, and then I'm going to scale these up top just so he can't pop his ability here, because I know he wants to do it. But if we skeletons, he can't pop his ability, and that's perfect. Because even if he did pop his ability, the muskie would have died, and the turret was going to hit our tower. But that is a perfect prediction on the Princess, guys. Going with an Ice Spirit and a Tornado. But whoa. This guy, for some reason, is just spamming the bridge with Giant Skeleton and Bats. I don't understand that play. It's fine. We do still end up taking that out with ease. And if he defends this, low-key, I'm going to go with my X10. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes Witch. I think I'm going to fireball that just to take that off the map, please. Perfect. Okay, that's perfect. And now we can just chill out, because he has... Oh, my God. He's doing the exact play that I said not to do, but... For some reason, he just goes with his Musketeer plus turret at the bridge, but he wasn't able to do that, thankfully. So now I'm going to have my Knight hovered here just in case he goes with his Princess. If not, I'll just Wizard the back. Yeah, okay. He's not going to do it. He's going to go Princess the back. Like that. That's a good play. I'm going to go with my defensive Expo here just so I can have some like coverage on defense here. Hopefully it doesn't protect that Princess. He does not. That's really good. I'm going to fireball this. It doesn't really matter. I want to kill the Witch. That's like the most important part. But yeah, he's going to just spam there. We can Skellies this. And then he's going to go with his turret. That's fine. It's going to kill my Expo. It's whatever. I'm going to go with my Knight like this just to tank for the Musketeer. And then we're going to go with our Expo because we do have a supporting hero Knight. And this should be good here. He's going to go with his hero, with his evil Wallbreakers. That's fine. That's still going to lock into the tower. Let me go Wizard here in case he goes with his... Witch or something. Let me log the Princess like this. Perfect. Okay, I think I can just let this Expo go here. And yeah, okay. I didn't want to scale these there because I knew he had Zap and Cycle, so I didn't want to do that. But I'm going to Tornado this and then log just so we can get some chip damage. Okay, I missed one wall breaker, but it's fine. It's still not going to connect. Perfect. And now we can honestly just Spell Cycle him. I'm going to go with my Wizard like this in case he goes with his turret. Yep, he does. Let's go evil Skellies like this. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to go with one more defensive Expo here just to make sure he's still playing. Okay, he's still playing. That's fine. We can just fireball the tower here. Go with my evil Ice Spirit here. And then Tornado all of this back so that Mirror Giant Skelly dies. And yeah, that should be GG's. Just one more fireball and we do end up winning the game. He's going to go with his turret with the last Desperation push. Musketeer is going to die. We can just fireball log. And yeah, that is a perfect win against an off-meta deck. Last game of the video, guys, against Diahummel. Let's see what he's playing. Interesting deck here. He's got Skellies, Ice Spirit. It could be Expo, but it could be also 2.6. Yeah, it's going to be 2.6. Unfortunate. I kind of have to fireball this, and then tornado over here. I think I got that down. Wait, whoa, what? What was that? Did you guys just see that? Okay, he's giving us the sarcastic well played. I'm going to mute him, and if we do win, I'm going to BM. Like, bro, it's as simple as that. He's going to BM me for an interaction that wasn't even my fault. Yeah, I'm going to BM. That's all there is to be said about that. Holy cow. Let me go wizard here just to kill the musketeer. That should kill it in 3. Okay, I thought it was going to be 2 shots. Wow. Interesting. But that hero knight is going to be a problem for him, in my opinion. Okay, wait, he fireballs. Wait, if he does anything else, we're going expo. We're going expo anyways. I don't care, guys. He's going to go with his hog rider, and then it hops over the river. Wait, perfect. Wait, let's go log here. He has no elixir. He has to go with his ice golem. Yeah, we're going to give him a sarcastic well played there, guys. Look at that. He has to waste his evil ice spirit on our expo, and that is a perfect start to this match, guys. Perfect. Yeah, okay, now we're going to BM him, guys. Look at that. You see, look. He's not emoting anymore. He's not giving us a sarcastic well played anymore. Look at that. We hurt his ego. That's so funny. I'm going to do this because, yeah, he's going to go with his hog rider. We're going to defend that for, I think, just 1 shot. Perfect. So now we can go with our ability in case he goes with his log. And, yeah, he can't log that now. And that's going to be tower down. No way, guys. Oh, my God. That was actually crazy. Holy cow. We took his tower in the first 2 minutes of the game. After we made that mistake, we made up for it with that 1 push there. And you see, now he's not saying anything, you see? He's not saying anything. Look at that. But he's still going to be trying, so I'm going to I'm going to keep this in the video, but I just found this funny, to be honest, because this guy gave us a sarcastic well played and still ended up losing the game. But yeah, guys, that will be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy this kind of video, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.